guess who I've got with me today? That's right, it is British touring car legend John Cleland on a very hot Brands Hatch day. But let's talk about 89 and 95 and one particular aspect of it. Throughout the season, you're kind of building up to this championship. And I remember Nico Rosberg last year talking about, no, I'm just focusing on this weekend. I'm not thinking about the championship. And we're all thinking, you lie. You're lying. You're thinking about the championship. And that build-up, that pressure, the stress, how you deal with it, you know, being race fit, being mentally fit. How did you cope with the pressure of a season? Because that first time you won it at the last round. How did you cope with that?
Yeah, well, I had been told before that last race at Silverstone when I was driving the Astra, it was a 4-class series in those days, and I'd been told that BMW had won everything until that point, and then all of a sudden there's a little Vauxhall in there sort of aggravating them. So through the next number of years, I was a thorn in BMW's flesh. I decided to stall the car on the line for the final race at Silverstone and start at the back of the grid because it had been a wet qualifying. I'd got too far in front. I was in front of a whole stack of BMWs and I thought, they're going to punt me sometime around the first lap and I'm going to be out. So I started plumb last with the safety car and one by one plucked my way through till I got to the class lead. Had to get fastest lap as well, and I think I won that from James Weaver by 1 point. The next year, 95, was more difficult because I had two serious adversaries, Ricard Rydell and Alain Menu, both hard chargers. Both had won races. What helped me was that mid-season I think I won 5 or 6 on the bounce back to back, including one here in the wet on a Grand Prix track.
But let me bring you back to the question, because you're talking about what everyone knows already. How do you deal with that in your head when you come there at the beginning of the race weekend? You're there on the Friday night, you know what you've got to do, what you need. What are you doing in your head?
You do no different. You do no different. And I mean, you've probably heard Rosberg say the same thing. If you start to drive carefully, you make mistakes. If you start to drive at 9/10, you make mistakes because you miss your braking point or you turn in too late. Then you're on the rough stuff and then you just get rubbish all over the tyres. So actually, you drive as hard as you normally do, but you're just very peripherally aware of who's about and who could possibly get involved in something. And that was probably what, in all of my racing career, I always had to watch who was going to tap the back, tap the side or whatever else. But it is just that focus. Delighted, it's just, I don't know what to say now. It's been a long year coming. And it's just great, really good.
Well, John Cleland, twice British touring car champion, and it's great to see you out on this weekend and at so many motorsport events. Thanks for talking to us.
My pleasure.